Good morning, everybody. I just thought I'd give you a general update. I got 4 hours of sleep last night, so I'm incredibly tired. I still have not got to take my day of rest. I'm praying that this Friday or the following Monday will be that. I have things I have to do today that have been neglected, little details that I've let go too long that must be attended to today. I got 4 hours sleep because I have been relying for some time on Benadryl to go to sleep at night. And tomorrow I have a test that requires me to have foregone any antihistamines and all of my breathing medications for 3 days. So this is day 1, and apparently I'm pretty dependent on Benadryl to get me to sleep at night because I didn't get sleep. With bipolar, I've gone through periods of lack of sleep that did not faze me. I woke up feeling fantastic, ready to take on the world, just fine. But I'm not on that end of my bipolar spectrum, clearly, because I feel ill and devoid of energy. I have business that needs to be taken care of today too, not just little details, but business meeting at 3 or 3:30, I'm not sure which. And another thing that I need to take care of business-wise, besides the small details, I have not done my morning routine. I intend to do my morning routine, but I'm just trying to gather my senses. I have actually been kind of on the other end of my bipolar. I don't know whether it's circumstantial depression due to my physical health this last year, wearing on my last threads, or it's due to my bipolar, but I haven't been maintaining my basics. I have a pile of dishes in the sink that needs to be taken care of. I have trash on the porch that I need to take out. I need to get in the shower and other things that just must be done today. So today will not be my day of rest, despite that I am completely out of it, and I expect to be further sleep deprived for the next 3 days because I'm dependent on the Benadryl to sleep. So we'll see how that goes for me. I made a video that I had a COVID exposure. I am negative for COVID. Yay. Glad for that. I made a video about discipline and maintaining what you have, and not asking for more if you're not equipped to manage what you have. I made a video about looking retrospectively occasionally at how happy, fulfilled, and together you are compared to a couple of years ago. And in reviewing my videos, it seems that about 2 years ago I was doing quite well, on top of everything, and venturing to new territories and new projects. I have endeavored to a few new projects, working with MSU to make art, and getting my learner's permit for my driver's license, though I haven't driven. But my thinking has not been clear, and I have not been holding down the fort like I was then. Then again, pictures can be deceiving. When we look at social media, for instance, and we see beautiful pictures of our vacation with our partner, and it was a couple years ago, and what you forget is that right before you took that selfie to post, you had this blow up huge argument. You forget the argument, and years later when you see that picture, you just see happiness and togetherness. So maybe it's my own misperception that I was more together than I am now. But functionality with bipolar fluctuates dramatically, and I'm in the low place. I'm fighting physical issues, and now I'm gonna go sleep deprivation, which hopefully won't trigger a episode. Also, if you've ever wondered about this, let's pan over, see if I can zoom in. All that writing on my mirror in the background, if you look at some of my earlier videos, there is little to nothing there, and the second year it filled right up. That, zoom back out, is actually that minimum hypomania. Potentially full-on mania, which may have fueled me to be doing better at that time. I haven't erased what I scribbled on my mirror, because in rereading it, although it's a little scattered, it's all positive, and things like worry less, pray more, and all the things you should appreciate in life, and a schedule for my day, that it's all positive, so I haven't eliminated it. But that etching all over my mirror was because I was having an episode, but it's inspiring stuff, so I keep it. And that episode, you can see my mirror begin to fill up in about the 2-year period. And about the 2-year period, I had recently recovered from my psychotic episode, and I was just thrilled that it wasn't the apocalypse, and that I was safe, and I didn't have to sacrifice myself, and all the other crazy things I was thinking. I was overjoyed just with the basics. And I also, around that same period, got a booster shot implemented by my mental health team of antipsychotics, because they said I was becoming manic. So one thing to remember is that what you see on social media, what you see on YouTubers, what you see on all these people, it's the best slices of their life. Usually they're not candidly honest. Their life is ordinary in a lot of ways. Their life is complicated in a lot of ways. They have personal failings and faults and issues in a lot of ways, just like the rest of us. They just don't show that. I'm willing to show that because that's the heart of the channel. Destigmatizing mental health, helping you to cope the best you can, helping you to not feel alienated or abnormal. And so yes, I was in a place to tackle more than I was doing at the time. Because I was holding down my fort, I was doing well. Pardon me. I was even a little bit manic. And you think you can do anything when you're manic. And you can do a lot of things when you're manic. You're fueled with energy. It's not like my life is falling apart. It's not like I'm not resilient enough to cope. But now is not the time for me to be expanding my horizons, let's just say that. I'm back to the level of managing what is and managing it well. Trying to keep my bipolar in check. Trying to keep my life managed well. Trying to focus on deepening my relationships, even though some of my nearest friends are far away or moving away or changing their job. I'm focusing a great deal on my health, just due to circumstances, and trying to take the best care that I can of myself. And continue the good habits that I had originally instilled. I have sort of hit the pause button on progress, and it's time to focus primarily, first and foremost, on my health, because it's been a major hurdle this last year, and a major impedance, I can't think of the word, toward holding down my life in proper order, being happy, doing things that I enjoy, being a good participant in my life and moving forward. It needs to be tended to. It's my priority right now, followed very closely by my relationship to my partner, then maintaining my home, my bills, my life as it is, back in a seamless, streamlined, disciplined manner. In life, number 2 tip to take from this video is, especially if you have medical illnesses, mental illnesses, life circumstances sometimes dictate that we need to stop what we're doing and go back to the basics. Go back to making sure your finances are straight, your house is straight, you got food in the fridge, your family and loved ones are cared for, and everything is balanced, and you are cared for, and your life is streamlined, easy, uncomplicated, and orderly, and you're capable of running it without running yourself to the ground. Sometimes life forces us to step back and begin again a few stages back, and it's not losing ground when this happens, when bipolar decompensation happens, when you hit a depressive episode, or you have a physical illness that debilitates you and causes you to lose your physicality that you may have been working on, your health that you may have been working on. Finances dictate that, a job loss, that your whole situation is now changed, and you have to go back to the basics. You don't lose the wisdom that you gained when it was problem-free, higher energy, and more productive and more advanced. You don't lose the wisdom that you achieved. You just need to step back and take a pause and get things back in order, just like spring cleaning. After a year, your house gets cluttered. You need to go back and strip it all off and straighten it all back out and make sure your basics are in order. Again, your house is clean. Same thing happens with your life sometimes. Life forces you to retreat temporarily, regroup, re-straighten, and begin again. But now you have the wisdom from the last time to work with. So don't feel guilty if life forces you to go back a few steps. It's not a failure, and you haven't lost anything. You might have to change your approach after you get everything back in order again to your life, to your forward movement, but you don't lose the wisdom. Any other updates? I am waiting on results from my CT that I've had out since before Thanksgiving, and my doctor has not even read it. It's really frustrating to me for that. I've called 3 times and they haven't even read it. That's why they won't post the results, because if they post it, it disappears and he can't look at it. I would be okay with him not posting it, not sharing it immediately, but not even looking at my test for weeks. That's not acceptable. Remember to be your own medical advocate. You have to. You have to follow up with the doctors. You have to follow up with the tests. You have to get copies of your medical documentation. You have to be on top of what's going on with you medically. You have to follow up with your doctors, with your health care, with your annual checkups, and get documentation of any issues that may interfere with your work. You have to be on top of not just your health, but your medical health needs, and your medical doctors, and your tests, and get copies of your documentation. of any illnesses that you have or any treatments that you have. You never know when you're going to need it. My work identified that they need a bunch that I don't have, so I had to get on the phone and call up all my doctors and request a bunch of things, and hopefully they will provide it for me. Because I didn't have all the documentation that I needed. Don't make my same mistake. Make sure to get your documentation ahead of time if you have medical or mental health issues. Try to have tangible, in hand, not digital, paperwork for your doctors. I can't think. I made my bed. I did that much. Take it easy on yourself when necessary. Don't push yourself. To the breaking point, even for a good cause. Sometimes you need to take a pause. Hold down your fort. Give yourself some TLC. Take time to breathe. Especially when it gets chaotic, like it has been for me as of late, and I'm not in the best condition to handle it. I have a lot of appointments yet. I have a lot of work still to do in the health department. And today I'm just going to take it slow and easy. I'm just going to do my yoga. When I can talk myself into it and hop in the shower and do the business that I need to do, and otherwise tidy the house and rest a little bit. I'm not unhappy necessarily. I'm not defeated. I'm just tired. Today, literally tired, because I have a Benadryl dependency that maybe these 3 days, it's funny how things work out, maybe these 3 days will break my need for Benadryl for sleep, and I'll be able to sleep naturally again. Or it'll push me over the edge and I'll go back to fanaticness of mania or hypomania. Preferably not. This video is super long, not about a whole lot. Just an update. I'm really grateful for my partner. He's the world to me. He's such a good man. And I'm grateful for my friends. And if I'm super duper lucky, I'll get to take a nap today. Good morning. Goodbye. That's my update. My vlog update.